game that was obviously being played out right in front of him. "You're welcome," said Shelly, looking over to Jack for approval. He nodded and said, "Excellent. Now you may get in the car." She shuffled back to the passenger side door and quickly climbed in. Jack tossed the attendant an extra $5 with a handshake, and then hopped in the car to take Shelly to their next destination. They pulled out of the driveway of the car wash, and Shelly tried to relax in spite of the discomfort of the rather large plug that was currently inserted in her ass. Jack put one hand on her thigh to reassure her. "You're doing very well," he said, patting her thigh. "Just wait till you see what's next." Shelly sat tight, gazing down at the bag full of toys at her feet, and hoping that she would be able to weather whatever was the next surprise yet to come. Just then, they hit a bump in the road, and then another. Shelly looked up to see that they were driving super slowly through a construction zone which stretched for miles. Jack looked over at her and smiled. "What's the matter? Just a few bumps in the road. We'll be out soon enough," he said. She held her breath. Each shake of the car reminded her that her ass was filled and that she was at the complete and utter mercy of the whims of her not-so-gentle gentleman friend. "While you're enjoying this little scenic route, how about you reach in there and grab a vibrator? I want you to slip it between your legs and turn it up to full blast." "You're kidding, right?" said Shelly, a pang of nervousness in her rattling insides. "Nope," said Jack. "So, get to it." The tone of his voice had changed with that last statement. It was lower, more serious, and much more commanding. Shelly couldn't help but notice the all-too-familiar wetness pooling between her legs, and more than likely dripping onto her skirt. She feared being made to stand up and walk around again, lest her arousal become that much more evident. Despite the awful shakiness of their ride, Shelly was thankful still to be sitting, and reached for a small pink vibe from out of the bag. Besides, she thought to herself, it's not like anyone will be able to see me if I'm just sitting here, minding my own business. As if having read her mind, Jack looked over to see her fumbling with the vibrator beneath her skirt and said, "Why don't you look out the window and give a smile to those lovely construction workers? I'm sure they'd all love to see how beautiful you look." "Shit," thought Shelly, having momentarily forgotten about the scores of workmen flanking either side of their car and working on the rough road. She fussed with the vibrator, ultimately turning it up all the way and nestling it snugly between her legs. She could feel the plug in her ass vibrating and couldn't help but let out a small moan as they went over yet another bump. "Unbutton 2 buttons of your shirt so they can see your tits," said Jack. "Seriously?" Shelly asked, figuring that she was already showing off enough. "Keep up like that, and I'll